And welcome back to another episode of the Double Doink Podcast. My name is Brendan Deek. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It would be greatly appreciated. You can also rate the podcast and review the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. It would also be greatly appreciated. We are kicking off our NFL Draft Prospect interview series. And our first one, I am happy to be joined by linebacker from Appalachian State, D'Marco Jackson is with me. D'Marco, how we doing, brother?
Doing great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. So I kind of want to start here. I want to just kind of get your vibes on what you've been up to over the last couple of weeks. How has the draft process been for you? And are you getting antsy for next week?
Yeah, man. I'm pretty ready to see what team I'm gonna go to and just ready to get to work. But this whole process, it's been a pretty smooth process for me. Just staying on top of it in the weight room and staying on top of it like in the film room, just studying like NFL offenses and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's been pretty smooth.
What have you learned about NFL offenses over the last couple of weeks? Anything you've been kind of zoning in on, or has it kind of just been everything?
Really, it's just been like mainly like formation, stuff like that. Understanding formation, be ready to call it out and stuff. Understanding like just putting myself like getting my eyes trained to when you're watching like the end zone copy, just to see through the guard, through the back, seeing like near foot, stuff like that.
Getting ready for Kyle Shanahan's offense all over the NFL.
Yeah.
All right. I want to zoom out a little bit, D'Marco, and kind of go back to your childhood. So, according to Dane Brugler's The Beast, D'Marco, you grew up on a farm.
Yeah.
In South Carolina. Why don't you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So, like growing up, I had 3 older brothers and 1 little sister. We done cattle farming, and like we done that growing up all the way through like high school. Pretty much, it was just early mornings and some late afternoons, but just it was a pretty good thing. Helped our family get together closer.
So cattle farm. So is that cows? I'm a little unfamiliar, so you have to educate me a little bit.
Yeah, Black Angus.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So when did you start playing football?
I started playing football when I was probably like 5 or 6.
Okay.
Yeah, started pretty young.
Was that like little league? I guess like I don't know, little league football. Like
yeah, they call it Pee-wee.
Pee-wee. Okay. Did you start out as a linebacker? Were you always a linebacker?
No, I pretty much started out as running back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you make the transition to linebacker?
Really, when I got all the way into high school, I just played running back majority of my time, playing like a little safety here and there. And pretty much going into high school, got offers here and there, and pretty much App State seen me as a linebacker. They took the chance on me at linebacker, and I just ran with it.
So you grew up in South Carolina, Spartanburg, I believe, correct?
Yes, sir.
So how far is that from Carolina Panthers Stadium? Are you a Panthers fan? Did you grow up one?
Yeah, I pretty much grew up like going to that little going to the training camps because they would come into Spartanburg and go to Walford for training camp. So I was always out there.
So did you grow up a Panthers fan?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So I'm guessing. So that would have been like, were you a Luke Kuechly guy? Was that the guy you kind of you grew up look up to?
Yeah, Luke Kuechly, and it was really like that Cam Newton. Like I was a big Cam Newton fan. Had his cleats and all. You remember the high tops he put out?
Yeah, that's cool. Who was your favorite player growing up? Cam and Luke?
It was really like Cam, Luke, and I'll probably say like Ray Lewis. I always used to watch his videos and stuff like that, motivational stuff.
Yeah, he was the man. That 0-1 Ravens defense, man. Or those early 2000 Ravens defenses. He was, yeah. If you're a linebacker, there's not a guy that I think Ray Lewis would be a good guy to definitely try to model your game after. So, quick question here. You are cousins with Maurice Morris, no?
Yes, sir.
So, have you been talking to him as you've been going through the process? Does he give you any advice and whatnot?
I mean, really, like his advice was to me. His son was getting recruited at App, and like I didn't even know he was gonna be up there at App. And pretty much I talked to him some, but I mean he was just like just keep doing what you're doing. You got your head on straight and just be smart with your decisions. Like all eyes are on you, so just be smart with what you do. And like that was his advice for me going into this process.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. I actually remember watching Bruce Morris grow up a lot in those Seahawks teams. So
Yeah.
it's really cool that you got a family member to kind of guide you through this. So you get to Appalachian State and you redshirted your first year. What did you focus on there? Like, is there something that you kind of put your mind to or put your body to over that one redshirt year when you first got there?
Really, it was just understanding defenses. Like I said, in high school, I played majority offense. So really just understanding, like, defense, understanding, like, how our defense operates, what we do, and just, like, spending a bunch of time in the film room and weight room.
Okay. So over the so you really took off after. So you redshirted your first year, then you played. You got on special teams, and you actually started and played in 13 games your first year, and then you really took off. Over your last 2 years, man, you were the only FBS player in the country to have 200 tackles and 25 tackles for loss over the last 2 years. D'Marco, what clicked? What clicked for you? What did you change in your game?
Well, it ain't really nothing like I changed. I just really just keep honing in on the same things that I've been doing. Just extra work, a ton of like therapy, like rehab on my body, like trying to get my body like recovered for the next day, and really just my preparation and my study. I'll say like each year you see my stats go up. I'm just getting like I said, I wasn't a linebacker in high school, but now like I'm understanding. And that's what I had to take the time on that app when I first got there. So really just my understanding of the game just keep growing, and it just helps my playing style out.
So give me your favorite memory on the field at Appalachian State. Is there a game you remember? Is there a certain play you remember? What sticks out for your time there?
Really, I had to say my senior year when we beat Coastal, knocked them off and won the East. That was pretty memorable time for me. Just sold out stadium on a Wednesday. It was pretty sweet. Night game. Yeah.
Did you when you got there, man, like you won Sun Belt Defensive Player of the Year? Like did you expect this to be in the cards? Did you expect your career to take off like it has?
I always knew like I had an ability. It's just I feel like that was just for me, like how do you like everybody gonna get an opportunity. And it's just if you're ready for it or if you ain't. So like I feel like I knew I had the athletic, the mental, to do great things, and I still do to prove a lot of people wrong in the NFL. But for me, it's just being ready when the opportunity comes. Like I'm capable of a lot more. So I just feel like you just gotta be ready when the opportunity comes.
Do you have a memory off the field that you remember the most? Like something that happened with the team? Can you give me a juicy story of something of Appalachian State?
Juicy story. Or
anything at all. Anything that you just remember off the field, like there's a certain memory that will stick with you.
I mean, a lot of my memories, man. I had to say pretty much, Akeem.
Akeem.
Akeem Davis.
Akeem Davis, no, I don't. Doesn't ring a bell.
Well, he went to the Bengals. He was the last App State linebacker.
Okay, yeah. Okay, Akeem Davis. Okay, yeah. I thought you were talking about this draft. Yep. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So I mean, like I remember, he was my boy. We always roommates. We always just like hang out, do stuff together. And I just remember like it was like me and him had workouts at like 6 a.m. And like he started his own business, and pretty much I was just like right there with him, helping him out, trying to do whatever I can to try and earn some extra cash too. Mm-hmm. And I remember like we was up in there cleaning. It was like a cleaning service. We'll come in, clean houses here and there. But then we got this one store called The Loft, and pretty much we had to go in there and clean it. And we started at about 10 p.m. that night, then finished till about probably like 2 in the a.m. We got workouts at 6.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I just remember like walking in there like the next morning at workout. He fully ready, juiced up, ready to go. I still got the bags under my eyes, like
barely any sleep.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's my boy pretty much, yeah.
That's awesome, man. Good for you, guy making money. It's a tough. I feel like a lot of people don't understand like the college athlete stuff, like especially for football players. Like I played Canadian university football. My schedule wasn't even kind of close. Well, maybe it was somewhat close, but like you're right. Like training camp, 13-hour days, man. Like you are the coach's bitch basically for a solid like 3-4 weeks, right? It's a tough grind.
Yeah, it's just crunch time for coaches try to throw in as much as they can at you and see what clicks and what doesn't.
Okay, so you went to the NFL Combine. You ran a 4.55 40-yard dash, DeMarco. It was really impressive. Is that your fastest time that you've ever ran?
No, it's really not.
No. Okay.
So in training, I was hitting about like a 4.51. So I just kept hitting like close to that. So when I looked at the charts, I was just like a little disappointed.
You were disappointed? You were disappointed in 4.55?
Yeah, wanted to get down in the 4.4s really.
Oh shit.
But it just didn't happen. But I mean, I'm still happy with a 4.55. But I knew I could have done better.
No, you should definitely be happy with 4.55. I remember, I think Daniel Jeremiah gave you even shout out on NFL Network. I actually remember watching you go, and Daniel Jeremiah gave you a nice like, this is a great kid. He's gonna run in like the mid 4.5. So he even had his eyes open on that one.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. How did you like the draft combine? Did you was it a good experience for you?
Yeah, it was a great experience. It was just really just getting to it, like getting to the field stuff. You get there probably like 3 days ahead of time. And it's really just like interviews, medical checks, doing a bunch of media stuff, and just like what is it? Meetings with the NFLPA.
Yep.
And like some testing, but you really just wait all those days, and you're just like, man, I'm just ready to get on the field. I'm ready to show what I can do and stuff like that. Because you got coaches asking like, what you think you're gonna run? So you just ready to show them. You know what I mean?
Yep. So how many, I don't know if you could disclose this, but how many teams have you met with so far during the process?
So I probably met with like 15, 16.
Cool. Eagles, one of them?
Yeah, I met with them at the combine pretty much, but I ain't really had no interviews with them after.
So, I'm an Eagles guy. Are you gonna snag that D-Jack nickname?
Yeah.
Are you gonna steal it from Deshaun Jackson?
Yeah, man. It pretty much stuck with me through high school. I mean, through college, so it'll stick with me through there.
That's awesome, man. Good for you. Okay, so I'm going to get you off. I got a fire round question. So I'm going to fire 6 questions your way. Just give me some quick answers, and we'll get you out on that. How does that sound?
All right, that sounds good.
Ready to rock? All right. Give me your favorite fast food place. You grew up in North Carolina. Isn't that Biscuitville and Bojangles? Is that?
No, I grew up in South Carolina.
South Carolina, yeah. But North Carolina's Appalachian State, right?
North Carolina, Appalachian State, yeah.
So aren't they known? I'm from Canada. I was looking this up before. Isn't there a place called Biscuitville that everyone loves there?
Yeah, that's only I got discovered to Biscuitville probably about 3 years ago, but it ain't in South Carolina. I ain't never had it before.
Okay.
But I mean,
so give me your favorite fast food place you got growing up or anything at all.
It was Cookout.
Cookout. Okay. Yeah, I did see that one.
Yeah.
Who's a player you want to mold your game after?
Honestly, I don't try to mold my game after anybody. I just play lights out. I just work on what I can. I'm my own person. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say I mold my game, but I like to watch guys like D. Leonard, Fred Warner, B-Wag.
Yep.
D. White. Yeah, I like to watch them type.
You kind of remind me of like Devin White in your game, kind of very similar. That shooting the gap, getting upfield pretty quick. So I could see that a lot. You can only listen to one artist before games going forward. Who is that artist you are picking?
Listen to one artist, Kodak.
Kodak Black. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you heard Self Therapy by Kodak Black? That's my tune.
Self Therapy.
Self Therapy. You've never heard that song?
No, I ain't heard of it.
Oh man, come on!
I have to check it out though.
Right after this interview, you're gonna hang up and you're gonna go on YouTube. You're gonna type in "Self Therapy" by Kodak.
Yeah.
Like that guy Brendan Deek has put me onto his best song. Okay, what's your favorite TV show ever?
Favorite TV show? Martin.
Martin. Okay. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie? I'll have to say Training Day.
Training Day. That's a good one. Good pick. There is right answers and wrong answers to this, so I am kind of quizzing you on this one. All right, last one, DeMarco, we'll get you on this. If you could do any other job besides playing in football or being involved in football cannot be any part of this. What job would you pick?
Me?
Yeah.
I want to be like a you want to be like a pro fisher, cattle farmer.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. D'Marco Jackson, linebacker, Appalachian State. D'Marco, thanks so much for doing this and good luck next week.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Yep.